Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Tracy with JDL Threads, and thank you for joining my channel today. If you're new here for the first time, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back everybody. What I would like to do for you today is I would like to show you how you can take this ordinary hat. I did get this hat from Hobby Lobby. Take any ordinary hat that you would like of your choice, and we're going to turn it into a very fabulous hat for whatever event that you want to make the hat for. In this particular case, we're going to be making the hat for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, since we are still in Breast Cancer Awareness Month for October. And if you guys remember, I did make the I Can Fight Cancer patch. I did also make the Check Your Boobies patch, and I also made the Pink Panther patch that we're going to be putting on the hat, as well as the little butterflies, you guys. I'm also going to be adding on some 8mm flat back pearl stones to the hat. Just randomly, however you want to put them on there. I did get those from AliExpress. And then also I'm going to be adding these little rhinestones here. I don't know if you guys can really see that. Let me see. Check my hand out right there. These little rhinestones, just to give it a little bit more pizzazz. So head on over to the craft table with me, and we're just gonna put this hat together and see how great it comes out. All right, everybody. So I am over at the craft table, and if you can look here, let me just pick these up with my tweezers and show you again what these little diamond things look like. These here. Try to get them in view. I don't know if they're in view. There we go. Anyways, I did order all these things from my favorite place to order things, AliExpress. They come pretty quickly. All right, and so we're also going to be using here some Gem Tech glue that I just did pick up from Hobby Lobby. Hopefully it's strong enough to hold, but if not, then we're going to just switch back over to the E6000 glue and put the stones on that way. So I think the first thing that I would like to do is I would just like to take the hat, and I would like to put the silver stones on top of these holes here, just because I would like to have those holes covered up. So I'm just going to take my glue, going to put a little bit of glue around. Ooh, that's a lot of glue, so be careful. Didn't know it was coming out that quick. Around that stone. Ooh, and I'm making a mess, you guys. So I'm just going to take some of my leftover embroidery stabilizer there and get that glue off my hands, and then I'm just going to set that glue rhinestone right on top. And I can't remember if this dries really quickly or really slow. It's probably not going to dry as fast as the E6000, but that's okay. We're going to just still go with it and stick them on anyways. Maybe if I shake this up a little bit, it won't come out so drippy. Let's see. Yeah, that's a little bit better. See that? So we're just going to take another stone and we're going to put it right on top. And if we can hold them with the tweezers, then I'm just going to press it down just like that, you guys. And I'm just going to go all the way around until I have all those holes filled in. All right, everybody. So as you can see, I did get done putting the little silver stones on the circles. I did take this one off of this hole, as you can see where that glue dripped over, because I decided I'm going to put this patch on here to cover that up. And then what I've also decided is I am going to switch from my Fabric Tech glue here to my E6000 glue, because I actually want the patches to like dry rather quickly once I put them on and, you know, hold them down. And I just don't think that this fabric tack glue, gem tack glue is going to be able to hold it down as quickly as I would like. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to go ahead and glue down my Check Your Boobie design, and I'm going to just start by putting the E6000 glue right on the back of the patch. I'm going to give it a fairly good amount around those edges real good. And then I'm just going to flip it over and stick it down right where I want it to go. And I'm just going to hold it for a few seconds so that I can hear real good and get stuck down. So that looks like a good amount of glue to me. Let me get this top back on here. All right. So once you get these tops off, they just act up when you try to put them back on, but we're going to fix that. Got it. All right, so I'm going to carefully pick this one up, trying not to get glue all over my fingers. And I'm just going to take my hat and I'm going to place it right where I want that patch to go. All right, that looks good. Then I'm just going to press it down and hold it just like that for a few seconds, you guys. That looks pretty good to me. And this one dries rather quickly, this E6000. So as that one is kind of drying, I'm going to let that sit down here for now. You see that's on there. And then we'll just go ahead and we'll start our next thing. Okay. And as you can see, just like what I thought with the fabric tack glue, it is still kind of lifting up. So let me hold it for just a little bit longer before I move on to putting some of my gems on. Okay. All right. So there it is so far. Going to move Pink Panther just like right to the side so we can start on something else. Now what I've seen a lot of people do is they take the chains, some kind of chain, and put them around here on the rim. But I'm going to be a little different. And I'm going to go back to my gem tack glue, and then I'm going to go ahead and put some of these color stones around it. All right, and I think for the front, I would like to have just the all pink ones. Again, these are 8 millimeters. And I did order these off of AliExpress. So I'm just going to go ahead and tack a few of those on to the bottom around the brim of my hat. Let me get them all turned over so when I pick them up with my tweezers, I can just go ahead and quickly apply them on there. All right, that looks like a good amount. So I'm just going to shake my glue up one more time because I don't want it super runny. And I'm going to just go ahead and start right around the brim here and just glue. I think I want it to sit right on the top. So I'm going to put the glue right on top of that stitch line. You see that stitch line right there? Going to put the glue right along there. And I don't want to do too much at a time. Then I'm just going to pick up my gems with my tweezers, and I'm just gonna place it right on top of my glue and tap them down like that. And this glue also does dry clear. So you don't have to worry about the little extras that are going to be seeping out there. And me personally, I like to just put a little bit more extra than not enough, so it'll be good. All right, so you see it's coming together there. And also look at that, just like I told you guys how the other glue probably wouldn't hold down, the E6000 is lifting off just a little bit as well right there, as you guys can see. So I'm going to put a little bit more glue on there, and then I'm going to put the clips, these little clips got from Dollar Tree. Going to put a little bit more E6000 glue so I can hold down the size of this design, and we're just going to work this hat section by section as we go along, like so. And I'm going to put my clips on it to hold it down as we go along. And actually that clip is not working out, so maybe I'm just going to pin it. But on the bottom here, I'll put the glue in there, and I'll put my clip just to hold it down. So I'm going to put these on the bottom like so to hold that down. And let me wipe off the tip of my glue on my extra cutaway stabilizer that I use for my embroidery. And then I'm just going to take some of my sewing pins, straight sewing pins, and I'm going to stick them in my hat like that to hold down my patch this way. And I'm just going through the felt so that it doesn't lift up, not going through the embroidery satin stitches, but just only through the felt to hold that down. Wants to be giving me a hard time on video, but there you go. So now I have the two sewing pins on that side, the two clips from the Dollar Tree on that side, and we're just going to continue with our pink pearls on the bottom. Just added my glue all the way around, and I'm just going to continue to lay down these pearls. All right, everybody, so what I think I want to do next is go ahead and tack down some of my butterflies. And I think I should have success with my Gem Tack glue because that is kind of a flat surface, I think. The question is, which butterflies do I want to put where? Now I think I want to break up some of that black and put that purple or the teal one there right on top somewhere. So I'm gonna save that one for there. So maybe I'll put my purple guy and purple, and since it's pink anyways, or peach, let's put that one down there. I think I would like those there, so let's put those on the top. So I'm just going to add a nice size of amount of the glue on the back of the butterfly like so. And then I'm just going to put it down. Like that. And then we'll do the same with the other butterfly. All right, so then what I think I would like to do next is I would like to start just tacking on some of these other color gems around the front. And I think since I already have white around the edges of these butterflies that I don't want to use this white, so I'm going to go in with my multicolored ones and just start placing randomly different colors on the brim of the hat with the butterflies. There. And again, just random wherever I want. So we'll start out with those few and just whatever color I pick up, trying not to get a white. And let me just turn this way so you guys can see what I'm doing. And then I'm just going to keep on randomly placing them everywhere. And maybe I think what I'll do is I'll spell out the word pink here in the glue. And add some little rhinestones that way. Or actually, they're called flat back beaded pearls. Or, you know, whatever you guys want to call them. If you look up flat pearls on AliExpress, it should come up. But rhinestones, flat pearls, whatever you want to call them. We're going to go ahead and start just putting some of those on. And I think I'm just going to make this P a little bit longer so I can get one more stone there. I don't know if at this point it's really coming out looking like the word pink, but we're gonna keep going. Yeah, that's really looking all jumbly, you guys. Not looking really like what I thought it was going to look like, spelling out the word pink. So we're going to scratch that and just decorate it just to make it look like gems all over the hat. That's what I'm going to do. Switched it up. Let's get a few more colors out of here. All right, everybody, so my hat has had time to dry. There, look how amazing that looks. And off camera, I did go ahead and put some little pearls right around that little top button on the top of the hat, so I thought that was cute. So what we are going to do next is, I think I want to go ahead and next add on my Fight Cancer patch, and I think I'm just going to go ahead and add that to the front because I don't want to run out of some space if I start with another patch. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that one on first. Still using my little Dollar Tree clips, and if need be, I might bring in some little clips to help hold it down that I got from Walmart, those little clips. Okay, so we are just gonna again go ahead and put a nice size amount of glue on the back of the patch, trying to get as close to the bottom of those edges as we can, but I don't want to get too close where the glue is gonna come all out and dirty up the hat. So just going all around, putting it all around inside the patch, giving a generous amount. Like so. Oops. Looks like I got Pink Panther in the way over there. Get out the way, Pink Panther. All right, that looks good to me, everybody. So I'm going to go ahead and get this top back on it. And we are going to go ahead and get this patch in place. So all I'm going to do is turn it around, find where I want to place that, and just put it on. I think I like that. That looks good. I'm going to just move it over just a little bit, because I don't want to cover up the other side of my other patch there. And so I'm just going to hold it down just like that. Making sure it's not on my pearls on the bottom. And yeah, I think I like that. So again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my clips and I'm just going to start clipping it down so that it gets a nice hold everywhere. You know, I think I can do better than that. I think now I can just go in and hold it there. So it looks like I'm going to have to go ahead and get my little clips here and get the top because it's not wanting to stay down real good. So I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit more glue back there, just right underneath. Just like that. Trying to not have so many of these little strings. All right. Then I'm just going to hold it down and then take my little clips to clip it down in place like that. And so you can see I can't get my clips up in the center here. So again, I'm just going to take my pins and just go through and I'm going to pin those down. Trying to just go through the felt and not so much the patch. And let me go from right to left since I'm a righty. Trying not to bend up all of my pins. That looks good. So what happened to my other stick pins here? Well, looks like they disappeared. So let me run over and get a few more off of my sewing tape. All right, got a few more off of my Project Runway pin cushion there. Love Project Runway. And I'm gonna go ahead and just stick those pins through the felt. Looks like I already bent that one, so that one's not working with me here. So let me try this guy. That one's good. And yeah, I'm liking that. So that's looking like it's holding pretty good with all my pins and clips going on. I think I'm gonna put one more down here on this bottom to hold that good. Just want to make sure that the glue holds in all the spots and that there's not going to be any spots lifting off. And like right here, looks like I don't have enough glue there, so I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit more glue down there, and then I'm probably going to just go ahead and stick a pin in there. All right, so that looks pretty good to me. There's what we're looking like again so far. We're gonna let this one dry up. And now I gotta decide where I wanna put my Mr. Pink Panther. And I'm thinking I'm gonna want him over here on the side of the Fight Cancer. So I'm gonna give that a little bit time to dry and I'll be back. All right, everybody, so I got my patch on, my I Can Fight Cancer patch, and that's what it's looking like now. I did get a little glue seepage to come out right there, but we're not going to worry about that. So our next thing that we're going to do, this is what the hat is looking like as of right now. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my Pink Panther on the side over here, and then we're going to go ahead and maybe stick my butterflies somewhere up. All right, everybody, so off camera I did put a few more of these flat pearls around all the hat because it just takes such a long time for them to dry. But we still have these two little butterflies left to put on, and we're going to put those right here on the back. All right, so this is just another something that you guys can do as far as decorating, whether it be embroidery, whether it be DTF on your hat. There's just so many things that you guys can do, as you can see here. So keep decorating, you guys. Keep having fun. And I'm Tracy with JDL Threads. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to my videos to get them out there. And I will see you guys in the next video.